record. All right, so here we are, everybody. Hi, Keith and everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to the 15th week of the spiritual journey. So Keith is on the phone today, a bit of a surprise. So he'll be listening in on his telephone. Yes. So yeah. I hope you had a good week, Keith. Yeah.
Good week.
Good week. Okay. Can you remember what we looked at last meeting, 15th of December?
You always ask that question.
No, you don't. Okay. Remember last week we said, know thyself is the greatest wealth one can possess. Okay. So Psalm 4.4, stand in awe and sin not, commune with your own heart on your bed and be still. So a quick mind livener, yes. Just say the opposite. Okay, I'll give you some words. Blue.
White.
Trump.
President.
Donkey.
Cart.
Rose.
Sorry, what was that?
Rose.
Thorn.
Quick.
Slow.
Run.
Walk.
Hell.
Heaven.
Life.
Death.
Down.
Up.
Over.
Under.
Out.
In.
Okay, very good, very good. So, did you do the homework? Did you check the sky?
No.
No. Did you see anything on television about the conjunction between Saturn?
Yes, I'm sure there was a whole program on which I didn't watch.
Okay. So you didn't watch that?
No.
Okay. So now, according to many sources, the day after the solstice, which is today, the 22nd, we are in Aquarius of the great year and Capricorn in the solar year.
Right.
So on with today, I would like to open the subject of cycles. Yes, they are everywhere. I'm not just talking about bicycles, yeah, but of both human and creational cycles. So here we have the law too, yes, human and creational cycles. First, can you name some cycles? Well, hang on, let's start with life and death. Yes. Yeah, life is a cycle, death is a change.
Yes, but the body is always moving in some sort of cycle. I think.
Okay.
Over time, it begins to lose its ability to regenerate itself.
Right. Okay. So we have hourly cycles, minutes and hours, and day cycles, day, night.
Monthly cycles. Yes.
Yeah, weekly cycles. We have moon cycles.
Night and day.
Yes, we have sun cycles.
Yes.
Yes. The sun cycle is thought to be that of 22 years. Yes.
What does that mean? 22 years what?
Well, that means that we have 11 years in the solar maximum and 11 years in the solar minimum.
Right. Okay.
Yes. So those are, it can be seen that the sun is hotter during the maximum and cooler during the minimum. Yes.
Yeah.
So we have the cycle of centuries. Yes, they seem to repeat each other, and millennial cycles. Yes, and we have different ages like the Bronze Age.
Yeah.
Yes, and of course we have astrological cycles like Aries, Taurus, Gemini. And we have the cycles of the great year, yes, which is the solar system passing from one astrological sign to another, which takes roughly 2,150 years. Yes. So, and we have galactic cycles. So how long does it take the solar system to revolve around the galaxy? Yes. Well, for example, in the Hindu calendar, one day of Brahma or Manvantara is one orbit around the entire galaxy of 4.32 billion years. Yes. So that's a big cycle. Yes. So now there's a link for that on the the Facebook group. Yes, Spiritual Journey 21. So you can have a look at that. So that's what we find ourselves in. Yeah, all these cycles. But what about our own cycles? Those cycles in us. Can you think of any bodily cycles? I mean, ladies have menstrual cycles.
Yeah.
Yes, it is said men too have monthly cycles. Do you believe that?
Yes.
You do. So, have you ever heard of biorhythms?
Yes.
Yes? Oh, great. So it's not a new idea for you. Okay. Now, the idea was first sparked in 1897 by Dr. Herman Swoboda, yeah, a professor of psychology at the University of Vienna. Dr. Swoboda wanted to study the possibility of calculating rhythmical fluctuations of human feelings and actions. Okay, so at the exact time, all this research was being carried out by Dr. Swoboda in Vienna. Another doctor in Berlin, Dr. Wilhelm Fries, was stumbling onto the exact same study and findings. Yes, this was completely simultaneous and independent from the other study. So they both came out with the same study at the same time, independently. Now, in fact, the two doctors had no idea who each other were at that time. The findings were published in 1904. So today we have about 120 years of research and evolution on the subject. Okay, now biorhythm curves describe very well the energy levels and the capacity for performance on three primary levels: physical, emotional, and intellectual. The intellectual biorhythm lasts for 33 days and relates to your mental capabilities, creativity, aptitude to solve problems. The emotional biorhythm lasts for 28 days, just like the moon cycle, and relates to your emotional stability or stress. The physical biorhythm lasts for 23 days and is related to your physical energy, strength, health, stamina. Okay?
Yeah.
So, just one second. Where am I? Here we go. It's important to know that there are about 7 very critical days a year. Yeah, when these three rhythms are all low. Yeah, so these are really bad days. So it's best to be aware of these times, to be extra careful. Forewarned is forearmed against any dreadful accidents. Yes. Equally important, there are many favorable days in the year. Yes. And then there are secondary rhythms. Yes. There are spiritual rhythms. Now, those last for 53 days. Awareness rhythms, 48 days. Aesthetic, 43 days. And intuition, 38 days. Also, other things we measured, Mike, like there is a spiritual level 2, which is 18 days. The high point would be good for astral travel. Yes, that's a spiritual high. Other secondary rhythms include mastery, psychic, passion, perception, and wisdom. So all of that is another science where we can understand our inner lives better and can comprehend why you feel like you do. It is the high point of any given cycle that one will feel energized. You know the best time to write, have a business meeting, or do some exercise. Yes, you might ask, why are my emotions playing up today? Or why do I feel so tired? Yes. Why writer's block today? Or why can't I get spiritual today? Yes. One can use biorhythms as a tool for balancing the self and being open to spiritual energies, so that your downward curves are mild and your upward curves are excellent. Yes. And you can be prepared for those midway points. Yes, because it's the midway points that are confusion, because you don't know whether you're up or down. Yes. And there can be vacillation in a cycle. So even your financial state can affect you. Financial cycles, highs and lows, stocks and shares. A millionaire would be affected differently to a pauper. Yes?
Yeah.
So, of course, this is just part of the unique picture and way each individual is presented. So there are other cycles which have an effect. The energies of all the planets and sun. Now, I looked at my own biorhythm for the 13th of December when I was feeling low. And all my main biorhythms, intellect, emotion, and physical, were low. And the moon was starting a new cycle. So there was no reflected sunlight, no higher silver energy. The moon absorbs the lower sun energy and reflects the higher energy. This is known in some esoteric circles. Proof again that these cycles are real. Yes, and one can track one's own cycles using the software calculations. Now, I've left some useful links below. You can use simple Google biorhythms to learn more. Yes, so there's that link. Now, I did actually, there was one guy that I followed, and he was very nice for like 26 days of the month. And on 2 days or 3 days, he was horrible. Yeah, I noticed that must have been his moon cycle. I was watching, I was calculating when he'd be horrible and when he'd be nice. And it worked out exactly against his, against what the moon was doing. Yes, the full moon and the new moon. Now, so remember, the greatest wealth one can ever possess is wisdom. So that's all for this week. Hope to see you next week for the 16th week of the spiritual journey, second year, on the 29th of December 2020. So with that, it's bye from me. And can you give a little wave, Keith?
Bye.
Oh, are you waving?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'll see you next week. Okay? Bye, bye for now.
Just a question.
Yes?
The biorhythms, like it makes some sort of sense. But how does one or can one affect them, improve them, or otherwise? Or...
Well, they're fixed, but if you know what if you know your biorhythms, yes, you can take certain actions on certain days. You can plan ahead, yes, because you know you're going to have a good day when your spiritual life is going to be at maximum, and on that day you can plan something like trying to astral travel, yes,
Oh.
yes, or whatever, yes.
Yeah.
And there are all those rhythms that I went into, and they've all got their own cycles. Yes.
Ah.
And so you can have a look at that when you get onto the computer. Yeah. How's your tablet going at the moment?
Well, I need to have another lesson. My friend said we were going to meet, of course, that's out the window at the moment. But I'm going to go today.
Oh.
Get the set up. I want to go and look at my email, particularly, but it's fully functioning on the internet. I was.
Oh, so you're connected to the internet now?
Well, yes and no. I'm going to tether my phone to the tablet.
Right.
But I've got in between times, you've got some sort of thing rigged up. It should give access.
Oh, what about the lady next door you mentioned?
Well, she doesn't want to do it.
Oh, that's okay. Independent.
Oh, very.
Okay. So, okay, bye again. Bye again.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Have a good week.
And you.